What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. And today we talking Mayweather refuses to give Pacquiao rematch after Broner victory. Alright, y'all, I was having a hard time to laugh. But, okay, everybody knows that Manny Pacquiao defeated Adrien Broner just a few hours ago. Still riding the wave of the victory, man. Still excited, still happy for Pacquiao, man. It was a great victory. Happy for both fighters, actually. Broner, although he put up a lackluster performance, he's still a likable guy, man. I watched the post-fight interview, and he was still with the Broner antics. He was making me laugh, man. So it's good to see Broner still in good spirits, man. Life's not dragging him completely down, man, after this loss. But let's talk about this Floyd Mayweather topic, man. All right, man, it's the elephant in the room. A few months ago, Floyd said he was going to give Pacquiao a rematch. Let's do it, blah, blah, blah. And now, Floyd is, after this, debacle with the Chin fight and him, looking quite foolish, him not looking in very good shape, him just, all around not looking like a great boxer anymore, and Pacquiao being the complete opposite, looking rejuvenated, even though he's 40, looking strong, fast, being able to still draw a crowd. And it's kind of looking like Mayweather's a little salty. I think Mayweather, needs some I think Mayweather needs a cookie, man. I think Mayweather needs somebody to cheer him up, man. I think he thought Pacquiao's career was done, and this topic was just going to go away. I think he thought after he left Bob Arum that it was completely going to go away. And I think he thought that Broner had enough to finish Pacquiao off, and that he could get his quick, $10 million off the Tashin fight, and Broner would finish Pacquiao off, and he wouldn't have to worry about the whole thought, or either he felt like Pacquiao put up such a lackluster performance versus Broner, but still win, and people would just make this whole topic go away. But I think the complete opposite is happening now. Is where people are looking at Mayweather like you're making a fool of the sport of boxing. And Pacquiao showing that at 40 years old, he can still perform at the highest level. And you're not showing anybody that you can still perform at the highest level. But you're claiming still all these titles as TBE and best ever because you never lost. But it's starting to look like you never lost for certain reasons. That you never lost maybe because you were allegedly on something, or maybe because you never left Las Vegas, or maybe because you never traveled to another country and fought. You always made people follow your rules, and it all looks ridiculous now. So I'm starting to come back and bite him in the butt. And if he doesn't do something fast, his legacy is really at stake here. How Floyd Mayweather's name goes down in the history of boxing is at stake over the next year. If he can pull something off, if he can not fight Pacquiao and fight somebody else and manage to win, he might be able to save his name. But I think if he doesn't fight at least one of these young lions or Pacquiao, his name is going to be lost in the sport of boxing because of what he's done his last 3 fights. The Berto fight, the McGregor fight, and then the Tashin fight, I think are going to really ruin the name of Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the sport of boxing. And Roger Mayweather will remain the top dog Mayweather as a boxer, not as an entertainer, but as an actual boxer. You can call Floyd Mayweather whatever you want to call him, as the greatest entertainer, the biggest moneymaker in boxing, but you can never call Floyd Mayweather at this point the best boxer in boxing of this generation or the last generation or the generation before that. He's just a wise businessman when it comes to selling himself and getting people to buy in to wanting him to lose. And here's my thing though, man, and I'm preaching this hard now because I feel like, you know, there's no need for Pacquiao to fight these young guys and have them attempt to make a name off of his name because he's not gonna gain anything from beating them at this point. Same thing, he's not really gaining anything from beating Adrien Broner. He's not, although he beat him and he made him look normal, but he's not gaining anything. He's not gaining a bigger name. He beat a smaller name, really. It's just a friendly name. Now, the Floyd Mayweather fight, he could get his revenge. You know, it would mean something. The Juan Manuel Marquez rematch, you know, it would mean something. He gets his revenge. The Jeff Horn rematch, who cares at this point? But here's, you know, the Earl Spence fight. I mean, he fights Earl Spence and loses. Earl Spence gains the world. Manny Pacquiao is the old guy who should have retired. You know, that's not what I want for Pacquiao. Same thing with Mikey Garcia. If he beats him, he doesn't really get anything. But if Mikey wins, it's the same thing. But here's the thing for me. Is now I'm looking at if Floyd Mayweather's gonna want all this money, if Floyd Mayweather's gonna want everything in his favor again, I don't even want the Floyd Mayweather rematch. Because like I said before, there's a Trojan horse out there and a big bag of money waiting for Manny Pacquiao to retire on if he just fights Canelo. He can simply fight Canelo and make probably more than he would make fighting Mayweather and draw a bigger crowd and be able to retire off that fight as a bigger legacy building fight than the Mayweather fight. Beating Mayweather pretty much means nothing at this point. You know, Mayweather's a washed up entertainer now. You know, he's not even, I don't even consider him a boxer anymore. But Canelo is a challenge. And I think Pacquiao likes challenges. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to be really intrigued on who he decides to end his career on. Because after the next one, I really don't want any more Pacquiao fights. I just don't want to see some young guy make their name off of beating Pacquiao. You know, it's not fair to him. He should be able to end his career with a defining fight. And the only two names that are left out there are Mayweather, and Mayweather's making it to where he's got everything to gain and Pacquiao has nothing to gain off the victory. But if he fought Canelo, he has a lot to gain off that fight and a lot of money, win or lose. With that being said, man, if you need any boxing gear, hit that description box. Hit that like button for me. Please subscribe. If you know any homeless people, man, it's cold outside, bro. It is freezing out there, man. If you got 1 minute and some leftovers, please change your life. If you ain't got nothing else to tell them about, man, just talk about boxing. Cardinal Red, Ali Land Boxing Talk, and we at it.